you see my phone? I don't know where I've put it.
In your office?
Yeah, maybe in the office. No, it's not in there. Maybe the bedroom. No, it's not in the bedroom charger. I don't know where it's got to. Oh, hang on. I found it.
Was it in your pocket?
Yeah, it was in my pocket the whole time. Hey, I bet you weren't expecting an entrance like that. Anyway, I'm Simon. This is Take My Life Video, and today we're talking about the iPhone 12 mini. And sorry, forgot to mute my phone. Hey, how you going? Yeah, look, I'm just in the middle of shooting a YouTube video, so if I could maybe, I'll tell them to subscribe to the channel and, like the video, and comment, all that stuff. Yeah, I just don't like to do it right at the start of the video because everybody's out there going, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, tick the bell icon so you don't miss a single video, all that kind of stuff. And I just like to leave it a little bit later in the video just to, at the start you haven't really given them anything except lectured them on how to follow you. So just going to leave it till later. Anyway, hey, can I give you a ring back? That'd be great. Thanks, mate. Bye. Sorry about that. Where were we? Okay, while we're here, 12 mini. Look at those reflections. Ooh, microphone. Fancy. Anyway, depending on when you're watching this, the iPhone 13, if they go with the unluckiest name in the world, and I think they probably will, but maybe let's just call it the 2021 iPhone. It's got an event coming up, or, depending on when you're watching it, the event's already happened. The phone's been released. You're wondering about mini, whether to go mini. Or maybe it's 2035 and you're way late to this party. All I want to ask you is, how's the future? And are you enjoying the Apple implant? Hey, let's get back to iPhone 12 mini. So I'm really enjoying this phone, but I thought I should point out some of the bad points and also some of the good points about owning an iPhone mini. Let's start with the bad. On-screen element size. Things are a little smaller on the screen. Well, obviously. And if you've got fat fingers or poor eyesight, that may take a little bit of getting used to. That keyboard is a little bit tricky for the first few weeks. So of course, you can play with settings and experiment with zoomed in mode, text sizing, or even bold text. But it's worth remembering, not all apps support dynamic text. Battery life. Battery life is not awful, but it's not great either. I tend to run my phone in low power mode, most of the time anyway, and have done for years. This is a simple solution for people who know they're not going to be near power. If you sit at a desk or drive a car, it's not going to be an issue, you can charge up. But if you're away from power all day and a heavy user, you may run into issues. It hasn't been a problem for me, however. The camera system. Let's talk cameras. Apple's two-camera system used to be standard and zoom on phones like the 10 and 10s, which I had previously. But then Apple's competitors came along and added wide angle, so Apple followed suit. But then Apple realized that the zoom was more of a draw card than the wide angle, so the two-camera system became standard and wide, and the three-camera system had the zoom lens. Now, that means I miss out because I have the 12, not the 12 Pro. Now, I used zoom a lot more than I used wide, but I just got used to living without it again. But it's definitely a negative. Going big. So one of the biggest disappointments with Apple, and I might be overstating that slightly, but sometimes you have to go big to get all the features. The MacBooks, for example, the 15-inch, you could get more powerful processors than the 13-inch. And sometimes you just want that power, but in a smaller device. And with the iPhones, the Pro Max had a better camera system than the Pro for the 12. And the Mini, well, there was no Pro version. And a Mini Pro would be amazing. 3-camera system, compact phone, maybe a little bit thicker to accommodate some more battery, A little bit more weight for the extra battery, I'm happy to live with that. It would just be the perfect phone. And I want a matte back and matte edging on that, if that's okay with you, Apple. Okay, so let's talk about the good. Small. It's small. It's really small. That intro was really no joke. I lose my phone in my pocket on a regular basis. And I've even left home without my phone, assuming it was in my pocket. The size is absolutely brilliant. It's fantastic. And it's also much, much easier to hold. Light. Along with small comes light. If you hand your iPhone mini to user of any other phone, they are absolutely amazed and blown away by how light it is. It's actually part of the reason I lose it in my pocket. You just don't feel the weight at all. Now, a little bit more battery would hurt the weight, but it can afford to hurt the weight a little bit, and the phone is still super compact. No case required. Speaking of size and weight, and the iPhone 12 mini is the first phone since the iPhone 7 that I've felt comfortable using without a case. Now, that one had a metal back. Now, there's a number of factors here. The size, it fits comfortably in the hand, and the design is going back to the sharp edge design of the iPhone 4 and iPhone 5. And also the weight. The mini, it's so much less mass traveling to the earth if you do drop it. If you drop the iPhone 12 Pro Max, there is every chance you will wipe out life as we know it when it hits the ground. The iPhone mini, the perfect balance of design, size, and weight. Using it less. One thing I did find with the iPhone 12 mini is that my screen time dropped because it's just a little bit less enticing. Now, it will recover a little bit once you get used to the smaller screen, but maybe not to the levels you were on when you had a bigger device, especially if you're on like a Max device, where it really draws you in and it's a bit more compelling. You might be able to get away from your device a little bit more and enjoy time with those around you. So let's look at the good and the bad. And there's been a lot of talk about the iPhone 12 mini being a failure and Apple are going to stop making it. That's just bull. It's not going to happen. There's been a lot of factors which have affected its sales success. There's something big happened in 2020. What was that? Oh yeah, that. And that stopped a lot of social interactions, social gatherings, where we could see other people's devices and see how great the mini was, get jealous and want one. So sales didn't escalate across the year like they otherwise would have. I had a gig the other day. I play music. And I was chained to a lady who had a Samsung Fold, the first one that I'd seen in the wild. And I said, "Oh wow, I haven't seen one of those in the wild. How is it?" "It's not good, too heavy, too thick when closed and hard to carry around and way too expensive." "I've got an iPhone mini, you should hold this." "Oh, that's very light, isn't it? That's lovely. I mean, I do like my big screen, but I'm very impressed by that." So that wasn't an absolutely accurate reenactment, but the conversation did go something like that. She was a lot more impressed with the mini than I was by her Fold. Because people, they think bigger is better, and it's not always the case. And you can get a great phone in a small package. Now, if you wanted the pro features, of course, the mini wasn't an option. And if you are a person who only has one device, you might want to go for a bigger screen. Now, I don't watch movies on my phone. I do watch YouTube, and the mini is absolutely fine for that. So what's my verdict? If you're thinking about buying a new iPhone, give the mini some serious consideration, especially if you're not a Max user. I'm done with big iPhones, and the biggest I had was a 10 and a 10S. I was never interested in phones bigger than that. But to me, the mini is king. Would I buy it again? Absolutely, hell yes. I'm Simon. This has been Technolife Video, and thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. There's no prizes or anything, but I appreciate you. And I hope you'll do all those things to support the channel, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye.